I've never said any of this out loud, though I think about it a lot. I wish I could erase this memory. I really would just erase it. Maybe, maybe it will be easier saying it to an empty room. Maybe I won't be able to say it at all. I'm not sure if this is the worst one. It might be, but it's it's the one I have to think about whenever I can't sleep. I have chronic lifelong insomnia, sleep anxiety. I don't think I've ever had any other kind of anxiety, but I've had this kind as long as I can remember. I don't know if it was from being put down for naps or if being put down for naps when you have insomnia is just hell and it turns into a vicious cycle. Whatever it is, I don't think it's okay to command someone to sleep, even children. Sleep is something that can't really be controlled by most people, and if you try to, it just makes it worse. I was in the hospital once after surgery. I was given painkillers that didn't work, but being on painkillers meant I couldn't take my sleep meds. I didn't sleep for 3 days. That first night after surgery, the nurse asked me, "Why aren't you sleeping?" I said, "I have insomnia and I'm in pain." She said, "Well, can you just try?" What an ignorant, insensitive thing to say. And the last thing that anyone should do is try to sleep when they can't sleep. I don't know if I was born with it, but laying in bed, not able to sleep, is among my earliest memories. I remember being around 5, and for the first time I was presented with the concept of infinity. Paradox I still don't understand, but I think it broke my 5-year-old brain for a little while. Like, how can the universe be infinite? How can it not be infinite? It really upset me, and I would just lay there and stress out about it. And eventually, I told myself, it's not my problem. And I repeated it over and over like a mantra every night for a while. It's not my problem. It's not my problem. It's not my problem. Until I stopped thinking about it, until I guess I fell asleep. I don't know if this is how it started, problematic deep thinking, but I don't think this is where I'm at now. The anxiety isn't about the mysteries of the universe or my own problems even. It is literally just worrying about not being able to sleep. I can fall asleep just fine if I don't want to, like at a movie theater. But as soon as I want to, bam, I'm awake. So I have to take drugs to sleep. And yes, I've tried all the other non-drug things. I've tried a few drug things too, but the only thing that helps is alprazolam. It doesn't knock me out either. All the other stars have to be aligned. I have to be tired. I have to be in a cool, dark place. I have to be in a silent place. It doesn't knock me out. It just helps me not worry so much about falling asleep, which allows me to fall asleep. When I was a kid, I don't know how old, Elm Street era, I didn't sleep for, the number in my head is 10 days. Maybe it was a week though, or less. 10 days would be a near record-breaking amount of sleep deprivation. I don't know, it felt like an eternity. My mother kept coming in to check on me every night, which stressed me out even more. Eventually, she said she thought I was doing it on purpose and that she was going to punish me if I didn't fall asleep. She was going to hit me, spank me. If you've been following, you know what I think about the word spanking. I fucking hate it. But that's what she said. That's what she threatened me with. What kind of an idiot thinks that a child can stay awake for days just to spite her? So I pretended to sleep, but apparently I sleep pretty hot, and back then I would sweat when I slept. So I was told, and she said she knew I wasn't really sleeping because I wasn't sweating. So she would come in and check on me to see if I was sweating. She would run her hand across my neck. So the next time I licked my hands and I rubbed them all over my neck and shoulders to seem like I was sweating, but she didn't buy it and she did punish me. She hit me because I couldn't sleep. That was just her solution to everything, even if it didn't make any sense. Guess what? It didn't help me sleep. When you think about these things later, you wish you could go back and say something smart and grown up like, I will never forgive you for this. Not that it would have mattered. Probably it wouldn't have mattered. A day or so later, one of her friends suggested that I wasn't eating enough vegetables and that she should feed me more vegetables. And she did. And that night I slept. I don't know if it was the vegetables or if it was a placebo effect or if exhaustion just finally took me. But she actually apologized. I never forgave her. I will never forgive her. I don't care how fucking healing people say it is. I will never forgive her. When I stopped forgiving her when I was an adult for doing the same hurtful shit to me over and over, that's when I was able to escape her. For good. She can only hurt me in my memories now. I killed her. Just kidding. I wish I did. She is dead, though. Always end on a high note, right?